I was going to break this down for you on the August 16th show. The only reason I didn't was because I just learned about it the Tuesday before the show, so I did not have a lot of time to do research. Now I come back with a lot of research, a lot of knowledge, and I am ready to kind of break it down for you. Now, if you haven't heard what MoviePass is, I'm going to try and give you a brief little rundown because I just gave my buddy Dominic over here, who had never heard of it, I just gave him a brief rundown about an hour ago. So we're going to talk a little bit about MoviePass. It is a subscription-based service that is essentially trying to be the Netflix of moviegoing. And what it is it's trying to dive into the field where you pay a flat rate and it's all you can watch. Netflix started, I don't know if it was about $8 a month. You could have like one DVD out at a time. This was back when Netflix first was getting traction in like 2009.
I remember this. It was mail.
Yes, it was.
Mail order.
It was. And you can still do mail order. You know, up until I canceled it, I canceled my Netflix subscription because, and then like 2 months later, a loyal reader of mine, good friend Diane, bought me a subscription to it yet again. I can't get rid of it. I had the DVD service. I had 2 DVDs out at a time. That's what Netflix used to be. It used to be about $8 a month. You get a DVD in the mail, keep it as long as you want, no late fee, send it back, get another DVD in your queue. Mm-hmm. MoviePass used to be a ticket service, and this is how it works. I'm going to try and break this down. It used to be where you pay about $50 a month, okay? You would be sent a debit card, like a debit card, red debit card kind of thing. You would download the app on your phone. You would go to a movie theater. You would go to the local theater. Let's say the ticket was $10. You'd punch it in on your app. You were at that theater seeing Logan Lucky at 7 o'clock in the evening, okay? The app would bring up the ticket price. You would hit buy ticket. It would transfer the funds to your MoviePass debit card. Load it with $10. You take it to the box office. They won for Logan Lucky. Swipe the MoviePass card. Your movie's paid for. So it was basically like you pay a flat rate and you pay for the privilege of getting credit on your MoviePass card. Now, the couple catches with MoviePass were that you could only see a film, one film a day, and you could use it for a 3-day or IMAX, and you can only use it for one person. You can only use it for yourself. Mm-hmm. So what MoviePass has recently done in August this month, they slashed prices. They have kept the same deal nationwide, $9.95 a month. You can see up to if there's like we're going into September, there's 30 days in September. Yeah. You could see 30 films in September for $9.95. It sounds too good to be true, and as Penn and Teller always said, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. But so far, MoviePass seems fairly legit. I can't criticize it. I'm thinking about getting it.
According to the New York Times, that article you
Great
gave
article.
to me, it was it crashed the site because like 150,000 people signed up new just in the past I don't know
2 days. I think 2 days after announcing.
It crashed the site, and people are flocking to this. It was formerly. What was the price? It was
about $50. It went regional because, like, understandably, a movie ticket in Chicago costs more than a movie ticket in like Branson. Okay, you know what I mean?
Branson where?
Branson, Ohio.
Oh, okay.
You know, but like, you know,
sorry to Branson.
You know, yeah. So like, there's really that catch. A movie in like Helena, Montana doesn't cost as much as Manhattan or Manhattan.
Sure,
okay,
yeah.
So there's a lot of different variables here. But now a person in LA where movie tickets could be up to, I've heard, $20.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, $20 a ticket pays $10 a month. Now, understandably, me and a lot of other people have a lot of skepticism about this. I want to get MoviePass. I'm like about maybe a couple inches close to getting it. I really am, because I go to the movies. August was a dead month for me. I really can't. I'm admitting August. I go anywhere between 11 and 16 movies a month. Okay, you average $5 a ticket. Do the math on that one because I'm numerically illiterate. I would say about 16. Let's do the max. By $5 average, that's roughly about what 70, 80.
16 divided by 5.
16 times 5.
Oh, sorry,
16 times 5. Sounded like me over
80,
here. 80. Okay, so I was thinking about 70 or 80. So about $80 alone on movie tickets. $10 a month could get me to see my max of or as many as 16 or 30 movies in a month. You know what I mean? So it really, there's a lot of questions here.
You specifically, people like you who watch all these movies in the theater, who support your theaters like passionately, that you are robbing, essentially. You are robbing them of all that money. You are digging down deep underneath the theater, and you are putting in a vacuum hose and a canister gummy bears and fluid. But yeah.
Logan Lucky stuff right there. No, but so that's what I don't get. And like, here's the thing: I pay on average. Well, I'm not gonna say on average, but usually I pay $4.75 a movie ticket. That's usually what I pay, which is very cheap. I can't complain.
That's with the discount.
Well,
the matinee.
That's matinee pricing, so I go in the morning. So $4.75. That's what I pay. So you're telling me if I see 3 movies in a month under MoviePass's subscription, I've paid for my subscription. The subscription has more than paid for itself. I am now, like, essentially getting free movies. You know what I mean? So this is why, and this is understandably, like, if you go to, like, an evening show at AMC, at least the AMC over here, it's $10.99. You buy one ticket from an AMC over here in the evening, and you have MoviePass. That ticket costs more than a MoviePass monthly subscription. So as you can see, I'm skeptical. I'm not going to make any quibbles about it. I'm skeptical about it. And a couple things to note, courtesy of Business Insider. Now, how does MoviePass make money? Because again, even AMC, who's been a big critic, I'll talk about that later. Even AMC said MoviePass is going to lose money if a consumer sees 2 or more movies in a month. They're going to lose money. They're going to lose money off people's subscriptions. So Mitch Lowe, the CEO, told Variety that he said we need to offset costs in Manhattan and L.A. and these bigger markets like Chicago too by getting a lot of people in Kansas City and Omaha and places where the average ticket price is $5 or $6 to sign up. So they settle on a very optimistic plan of setting it at $9.95 because people want to go to the movies more. And I'm a firm believer in that. I hear that a lot. I firmly believe. People say the theater's dying. The theater isn't dying because of a lack of interest. If the theater is dying, and I don't believe it is, if the theater is dying and the movie theater is becoming a thing of the past, it's because it's gotten too expensive.
Yeah, I can get behind that.
It's not the fact that, and again, people can always lament, there's no good movies out. The people that say there's no good movies out don't see movies in the theater. Yeah. That's at the end of the day, okay? We just talked about Logan Lucky. Great movie. I'm reviewing before 3 o'clock. I'm going to do a marathon review of 5 new movies. I'm recommending all but one of them, okay? So it really... The movie quality hasn't gotten bad. It's gotten too expensive. Now, AMC, okay, is talking about how they're worried about the business model, and keep this in mind, okay? I know I'm talking to you a lot. I'll get your. This
is your fight, man.
You know, so
not fight, but
so AMC is getting a lot of flack because if you go to AMC, they do accept MoviePass. Cinemark accepts MoviePass. 91% of theaters apparently accept MoviePass. Now, the catch, however, with AMC is you got to remember they're a corporation. They worry about and they're concerned about who they partner with. Okay, they're concerned about that. So if MoviePass fails and AMC gets behind MoviePass, it might make AMC look bad. That's what they worry. It's understandable. They're a public company. So originally, MoviePass's model was kind of like a gym membership model, if you will. Kind of like, you pay more. And the company hopes you pay MoviePass used to be $50. You pay that, and the company kind of hopes that you don't get your money's worth out of it. Well, now under MoviePass's new plan of $9.95 a month, you almost have to try not to get your money's worth out of it. You know what I mean? So AMC's obviously worried that this might cut into their bottom dollar, and it could be harmful for their theater chains and a larger problem in the movie industry. That's a big concern. So, what I'm trying to say, I guess, here, too, is that there's got to be an alternative form of profit for MoviePass. There has to be. Now, an interesting note, too, that a lot of people, I think, are kind of glimpsing over. A lot of people don't take it into consideration. And I'm not here being tinfoil hat alarmist. I'm just saying. MoviePass was recently got into a business deal, majority stake. They were acquired, majority stake at least. They sold to the data firm Helios and Matheson Analytics Incorporated. An analytics company basically collects data. Now, I said before, you need to install a MoviePass app on your phone. So MoviePass is going to know what theater you go to, what price you pay, what movie you see, and also what trailers you watch before that movie. And then the ads on its app, too. I think this is a lot like and somebody who uses social media a lot, this is not a new thing. I think they call it even data mining, data collection.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They've been doing this for decades.
That's why when you go to Amazon, if I go and search wool socks on Amazon to see what the price is, I leave Amazon, I exit and go back later, or I go on even on eBay, I'm going to see ads for wool socks. That's a result of cookies. That's a result of data mining. That's a result of cache on your computer and stuff. That's a result. Advertisers pay big money to get information on what you're buying or what you're interested in.
What's the name of this company again? This analytics company?
The analytics company is Helios and Matheson Analytics.
What else do they own?
What else do they own? I'd have to research. Maybe you can pull up that real quick if you want to pull that up while I'm rambling over here. So, again, that's another concern. If you're okay with that, there's a big potential that MoviePass is selling a lot of your information and profiting off of it. Because I'll tell you right now, if MoviePass is sticking to this $10 a month plan, almost not any, except for the real radical ones that were probably art majors before, any business major, business mogul that hears this plan says it's unsustainable after about 3 or 4 months. It really is. I mean, even if you get 150,000 new customers, it's still unsustainable. It is. With the price of movie tickets and the current price of their membership, it is not a sustainable business model.
I'm sorry to derail you.
No worries.
I'm going to ask for a third time, I realize. What's the name of this company again?
Helios and Matheson.
Okay, I only asked because that's such a corporate name that you forget
I know,
easily.
right?
But, okay, I went to their homepage.
That's a $400 steak dinner if you own that company.
I'm going to put this up on the YouTube video that we're going to put up later, but here is their homepage right now. It's all big, like big text, all capital. We are big data. It's right there on the home screen. They are not hiding anything from anyone.
Funny. That's hilarious. What's the subheading? Do you still have it? What's the subheading say on it?
We are big data underneath. Intuitive artificial intelligence, predictive big data analytics, data visualization solution. Oh my God, that's so corporate. It's
Christ. If Kubrick was if Stanley Kubrick was still alive, he would be having a field day with a premise on this movie or for that company.
Look, I'm the first one to call
God have mercy.
I'm the first one to call it hipster BS. You know, it's like, okay, there's a reason why a status quo is a status quo. You know, I'm not a edgelord hipster whatever. But at the same time, that is so unapologetically like we want to take all your data and your money. Again, I'll say the subheading here again. I don't even think it's a coherent
that would be like if
sentence. It's just a word cloud. It's a corporate word cloud.
That would be like if you go to I'm trying to draw a comparison. That would be like if you go to Walmart's website. If you went to Walmart's website and their big header said, "We are the 1%." That's like the equivalent of that. You know what I mean?
That's exactly that's
crazy.
exactly what that is.
Or as YG says, that's brazy. That's brazy.
I'm sorry,
right
I derailed here. Well, first of all, what are people listening to?
So people are listening to Sleepless with Steve, the show that brings you great film talk punctuated with a little bit of rock music. Dominic Guanzon and me, Steve Pulaski, your host, every Wednesday from 12 to 3 a.m. right now, talking MoviePass. If you want highlights of Sleepless with Steve, go to youtube.com/moviewizwiz with an H1, or just YouTube search Sleepless with Steve. You will find it. You can watch the highlights on YouTube this afternoon. I will have them up later this evening. So anyway, MoviePass again, though. There's a lot to consider here. Now, first off, we're just going to talk about the implications of like AMC and stuff like that, okay? AMC, all right, with the way that they have been going, we talked about this earlier about how like AMC was reported down corporate earnings and stuff, and I said that was an AMC problem. That's not a Hollywood problem.
About a month ago. Yeah.
That's an AMC problem. That's not Hollywood's issue. AMC has done a lot of renovations in the past to a lot of their theaters. They've remodeled a lot of theaters in this local area. They have built theaters in this local area that are predicated upon a brand new, more luxury business model rather than casual business model, Cinemark versus AMC in that sense. AMC has opted for dine-in theaters. That's their new brand. Red leather recliners, gumbo macaroni and cheese, and rum and cokes with umbrellas in their drinks delivered to your seats. It's a different brand of movie going. It's almost like, and this is a very localized chain, it's almost like Studio Movie Grill.
Yeah.
So they are really hyping up this more luxury brand. They have paid a lot of money into their theaters. in the remodeling of their theaters. Of course they are losing money this quarter. That's not a surprise. They've made a lot of moves to try to make more money down the line.
It's journalists really. I don't want to rag on the journalists too much these days, getting out of politics and whatever.
They get enough flack.
Yeah, they get enough flack. But this subset of movie journalists or what have you, the studio or the kind of business journalists, they're going for that click, right? Because people don't realize, it's so easy to sensationalize. People don't realize that there are going to be ups and downs with companies. And again, it's an investment. When you see a business lose money, the first thing I think of is, okay, what are they investing in? Mm-hmm. Now, of course, don't get me wrong, sometimes bad business is bad business. I think Uber just lost a bunch of money, and they are legitimately going through some issues right now. But in the case of AMC, it's investment if you see what they're doing.
Yeah, it is. If you watch their moves and stuff like that. Now, the reason I mention this is because this does link back to MoviePass. Now, and this is where AMC is short-sighted, because AMC is admittedly, like I said, worried about their bottom dollar. Well, AMC is short-sighted in this, and I'm banking on MoviePass being legitimate. I'm not banking on MoviePass getting 150,000 subscribers. I'm trying to be very positive today, Dom. You might be taking note of this. I am not banking on AMC or on MoviePass getting 150,000, 200,000 new subscribers just to raise the price to $25 in 3 months. Okay, $25 a month. I'm not banking on that. That could very well happen. Okay, if you want to talk bets when the mics are off, we can maybe talk bets. You're going to see what I'm my bet on. But I'm not talking like that right now. I'm talking like they're going to keep it at $10 a month, okay? Well, you know that opens up people to spend more money at AMC's. They don't mind. Remember we were talking about AMC's price increase? Maybe they won't mind spending $20 on the Barbarian Legend now if they can get in courtesy of MoviePass.
Was it $10?
The Barbarian Legend?
Yeah.
That's a pound and a half pretzel and a large drink for $20.99. But there might be more Barbarian Legends being sold with this MoviePass. You understand what I'm saying, though? Concessions are where theaters make their money. If MoviePass gets more people to go out to the theaters, that could transform. We would not be looking at Ingrid Goes West or Patty Cakes or movies like this with such a negative eye. These movies might have a chance. Where people would say, I don't want to go spend $10 on a movie like Ingrid Goes West. I don't know a lot about it. I'll wait till Netflix. Mm-hmm. They might say, we got MoviePass. We've already seen 5 movies this month. It's basically free. Let's go watch Ingrid Goes West. This would mean a lot of good things, I think, for smaller movies. But it would mean better for theaters, because if AMC realizes more people, they get over the hurdle. They don't have to look at their debit card statements and look that they paid $10.99 for Zoolander 2. They don't have to see that. They can see that MoviePass comped that. Then they can go spend buku bucks on food. And that's where the theaters make their money.
What bucks?
Buku bucks.
What is that?
Buku is like large, excessive. It's a slang term. You never heard that?
No.
God, my freshman teacher used to always say that.
Buku bucks?
Don't
ever say that again.
Lord have mercy.
Anyway.
Sorry. Lord have mercy.
I don't even know. But I've completely lost my train of thought.
If you search Buku on Google, if you search Buku
I don't want
on
to.
Google,
I don't want to give it the search.
If you search Buku on Google, Bucks is the first search result, and it's also used by.
Yeah, of course it's gonna be the first search result. What's Buku? That sounds like Boko Haram, which was NSA. Don't follow me. But that sounds like a terrorist group. I don't know.
It's used by the Vietnamese. It was a big thing in the Vietnam War. It means a lot of or many. Buku Bucks. Shut up. Just go on. What are you gonna say now? You
I don't even remember.
Lost your train of thought. AMC's charging a ton for food, and they could be benefited, I think, if MoviePass is legit.
People have been decrying the death of mediums and industries for the past 20 years. We're seeing the death of television thanks to Netflix, or death of movie going thanks to the internet overall, and YouTube is stealing all these views and attention. And to an extent, of course, that's true. But really, what it is, these industries are so entrenched. They're such a part of our psyche and culture and whatever. That's not going to go away in a generation or even 2. People what we're seeing right now is just a change in how we pay. It's a change of payment models, business models. That's all you're seeing that's changed. Don't freak out. Your local cinema is not going to. Yours might close down. I don't know who I'm talking to right now, but I don't know. Maybe if you're in West Virginia, but for the by and large, cinemas are not going to go away. So calm down. We're fine. They're just figuring it out.
Yes,
this is one of those moves.